We have been hard at work making changes to our platform for the better. We're excited to announce these changes and these improvements and enhancements. We think that you guys are going to be excited. Uh, Without further ado, I'm going to just go ahead and click on the next slide. But yeah, our mission is to elevate the lives of our members by helping them make smarter financial decisions, improve their health and well-being, and live a more balanced life. And so our mission is to elevate your lives by providing access to these types of things. Again, helping people make smarter financial decisions, improve their health, but essentially elevate your lives by giving you access to the right ecosystem, the right platform. And that's what we're really going to go into today. We're going to talk a lot about is this ecosystem and this platform that we have been developing for over 10 years. And I've never been more excited about where we're at in the history of this company, because I do feel like it's kind of finally gotten to a point where we can go to market with the very best in class products and services, and we really can stand next to anybody. And that's what I'm super fired up about. So I'm going to talk about this real quick. 10 years in business, guys. What that means, and again, this is what really separates Conectiv from a lot of the different players out there. We've been doing this a long time. We have experience, we have expertise. It doesn't mean we're perfect, but we do have, we do have some experience here. And so a lot of the changes we're going to talk about today, hopefully I think they'll demonstrate to a lot of you guys that we have done the research. We've done the due diligence. We've done the modeling. We've looked really hard at necessary changes that we needed to make to improve our platform. And so that's where that 10 years speaks. And I'm going to talk to one other thing when it comes to the 10 years of experience and kind of how long we've been at this. We launched a comp plan back in 2019, the fall of 2019, and we've held that same comp plan through today. We're here on June 4th, gathered together today, and this will be the last day of that current comp plan. And we're making a change for tomorrow with compensation plan. And what that speaks to is experience. We know we have to be very careful not to disrupt our community and make sure that we provide stable, viable solutions that can last the test of time. And that's what we plan on launching today. We've done over $300 million in revenue. I'm super proud of that. We are backed by a publicly traded company called InvestView. That's very unique in our space. What that means for those of you on this call, we talked about this a lot on Saturday, but when compared to a privately held company, a publicly traded company has a fiduciary responsibility to do what's best for the shareholders, right? It's not owned by one person, it's owned by the shareholders. And so why this matters is at the end of the day, if the company generates profits, and the $300 million of revenue we've done, I'm really proud that we've generated a lot of profits. Those profits actually have to be used to increase shareholder value. So some of the stuff we're going to talk about today, some of the stuff we talked about on Saturday, it ties into that exact, that publicly traded benefit. The publicly traded company has taken some of the profits of the company and invested into a health and wellness platform. The publicly traded company has taken some of the profits that have been generated by Conectiv over the years and just recently acquired a new technology to deliver a much better user experience when it comes to the financial education side of our business. And we're going to go into that a little bit today. And then the last thing is transparency, guys. You can go check out, you can go to our public filings. You can see exactly what's happening with the money and the company at any given time. And that's really unique, right? Because if there's a privately held company, you can go ask, hey, Mr. Owner, what are you doing with all the profits? What are you doing with the money? And he does not have to tell you. So that's something that really separates us from a lot of the other companies out there. Guys, if you look there on the right side of the screen, you can see InvestView. So InvestView is the parent company. And then you see below that Conectiv. Conectiv is at the engine. It's the epicenter of the ecosystem. We are basically the heartbeat of the body and keeping everything alive because we have the community. We have everything driven off of growth, personal growth and progress, and helping people, trying to grow their knowledge, their bank accounts. We're trying to do everything we can do to help people grow, to improve their lifestyle. But essentially we do that through two different pathways. And those two different pathways are MyLife Wellness, which is our supplements and skincare, platform that we essentially rolled out on Saturday, which, by the way, shout out to all of you that were there and have already invested in yourself and you've purchased some of those products, both the skincare products, the health and wellness products. We are taking pre-orders right now, and guys, super stoked. Tens of thousands of dollars have already been sold. So shout out to you guys. And orders should be shipping, later this month. Middle of June is when they anticipate those orders will be shipping out. So you guys are going to be, again, I'm going to ask you now, I'm going to ask you several times. use those products, get it on video, start providing any sort of feedback, testimonials that you're having as you use those products, and we're fired up about that. So that's what's going on there on that right side. On the left side, you can see ConeqtX. So we introduced this new name of our new education platform, our new trading and investing platform called ConeqtX, which is, again, doing the same thing that Conectiv has been doing for the last 10 years, which is helping self-directed investors learn the skills of investing and trading, and we do it through education and tools. But ConeqtX is going to be the new way that we deliver a much better user experience for those interested in learning how to develop those skills and how to get involved in the markets. And then you'll notice, as always, community is a huge part of everything we do. We view community as something that actually is one of the most valuable aspects of our platform. We bring people together, and so community is a massive part of our ecosystem, right? So we talked about this on Saturday. Let's jump in real quickly and talk about the ConeqtX platform. The ConeqtX platform is going to be rolling out in a couple of weeks. So today is not the launch of ConeqtX. I'm going to just make that very clear. We're going to talk about it so that you guys know what's coming, but we're going to have another one of these webinars here in the next couple of weeks where we do an official rollout of ConeqtX. And guys, we are super fired up about this new technology, this new platform that's going to take a lot of all of the stuff you have today with Conectiv, but add a bunch of additional tools and resources to it. So it's going to be a lot better than what you've ever seen before. And there's a mobile application, there's all kinds of stuff. But since we're talking about trading and we're talking about investing and we're talking about the financial education side of our business, it's crucial that everybody remember that we are not financial advisors. We provide education and information and tools, and that's it. No advice, no financial guidance. We simply provide education, and participation in the markets involves risk, including the risk of losing all or part of the money invested. So individuals should never invest more than they're comfortable losing. Now, with that being said, the ConeqtX platform is built on 3 core pillars: trading, traveling, and connecting, right? So trading and investing, it's all about market education, financial strategies, the live sessions, alerts, AI insights, all the stuff that you guys are probably familiar with, because that's a lot of the things that we've been doing at Conectiv for a long time, but just amplified tremendously. Travel, many of the great things that we've been doing, from travel portals and getaways and things like that, but we're going to be even adding more value in the ConeqtX platform when it comes to the travel side of things. So more to come on that. And then connection, guys, this is such a big part of our offering, the different community and live events and leadership development, everything that we do, all about connection, right? Features, again, some of these are going to be very similar. Live streams, a really comprehensive academy. You've got the different tools that I'm super excited to be rolling out. New scanners, the tap to trade feature. You guys are going to be blown away at this technology and what you can actually do. Trade journals, trade logs, calendars, technical analysis, again, AI insights with the technical analysis, lots of cool stuff coming, right? And always the travel benefits are a part of it. So let's talk now about, one more slide. Investing is not it's a skill, it's not a shortcut. And again, as we're ever talking about investing, we want to make sure people understand that there is a discipline to this, using proper risk management. These are all super important things. All right, let's quickly go into this. There's basically going to be 2 different membership options when it comes to ConeqtX. Now, this is important. I want everybody to kind of, let me get through this, and then we'll address some of the questions that are certainly going to come. 2 different memberships: a core membership and a pro membership. Now, keep in mind, guys, as we have brought this to market, we have been looking at the competitive landscape, both inside of the trading and network marketing arena, and also outside of the trading and network marketing arena. There's just standalone companies, direct to consumer companies that sell platforms with financial education and different trading tools and stuff. I believe what we have and what we're going to be offering is better than anything out there, but we have been very conscious of what is the price points. What are the different packages and different offerings people have out there? And at the core of what we're trying to do is to make things simple, right? We want to impact more and more people. We want to grow our company. We want to have a rocket ship story to tell over the next 6 to 18 months, where we have kind of I called it a comeback story a couple of weeks ago, but basically, fourth quarter, you see these teams maybe down a couple of touchdowns and they drive the ball down the field and they get an onside kick and they go down and score again and they win the game, right? That's essentially what we're trying to do. In order to do it, we needed to make some adjustments to our membership offering to simplify it. We got to make the story easier to tell. And that's one of the kind of the key things that was driving it. And the second thing is we've got to be extremely competitive with what's out there in the marketplace. We've got to look at what's happening with the economy. We've got to look at what consumers are spending on these types of things. And so you'll notice on that screen a pretty massive adjustment to what we have been offering over the last several years. So the one-time membership price for the core membership will be $249 and the pro membership is $499. They both renew for $179 a month. And then you can see right there, it's very clear. On the core membership, you get access to the academies, the live streams, the trading tools, the tap to trade, the pulse alerts, the scanners. Oh, excuse me, not the scanners. That's where the core membership stops. And then if you look over on the pro, $499, $179 a month, you get access to everything in core, plus the scanners, the getaways, the resort certificates, which is a new part of our travel offering, as well as the travel portal. So guys, it can't be any easier. I mean, you think about it, we've for years of all these different memberships and choosing your different markets and all the different things which we loved, and they got us to where we're at today. But we're super fired up and excited that today, going forward, we will have two different membership options, very simple, basically two different price points and super competitive pricing what's out there. We're excited. Again, we believe this will allow us, we don't just believe, we're extremely confident this is going to allow us to bring more and attract more and more people to the platform and give you guys, our distributors, our partners, an easier, less friction or a frictionless way to bring more people to our community. So the big question is, what happens to me if I'm a current Conectiv member? Which membership do I get? I'm going to go through this really quickly. We had to make this very simple and easy to execute. So basically all of our core, plus, and pro members, they'll have access to everything at the pro level. And any of our basic members will have access to everything at the core level. It's very simple. Basically, two different buckets everybody falls inside of, and they'll get access to all those things. So keep in mind, the ConeqtX platform, the app, and the web version, it's not live yet. We're going to do another launch where we're going to give all the details and show everybody how to access it and everything else. That we do a demo. That's coming very soon. But so for the time being, if you're one of our existing members, you'll continue to log into the Conectiv back office. You'll be able to go in there and access all of your channels, the live trainings, the education through Telegram, all of the alerts. Everything's the same. The only difference is a lot of you are going to be getting access to some more stuff. And that's basically where we're at today. So with that, Christian, I just want to make sure before I move on to the next slide, did we address all the questions? I'm sure there's probably some Q&A happening. Any questions or anything I didn't cover well?
Yeah, there's Q&A happening, and it's because they're not listening. They're too excited. Okay, so let's go over that part again with what happens with current people. Okay, current people. Yes, premium's gone. See, it's already popping up. Premium's gone.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good job of covering it, guys.
Do that again for him. Now,
Okay.
everyone, stop typing. No more Q&A. Stop typing.
No more
Listen.
Q&A, all
Listen.
ears, all listening. We
Right
have
here.
two memberships now. We have a core membership and a pro membership. If you're an existing Conectiv member and you are on a core, plus, or pro membership, you will now have access to everything at the pro level. And if you are one of our basic members, you will now have access to what we're showing here on the screen, which is core, which is basically education and alerts, but does not include the scanners, the getaways, the resort certificates, or the travel portal. So everybody's getting more. I just want to make this really clear. In the coming weeks, there's going to be more and more features and everything built out, but everybody's getting more than what they had originally. That's the really powerful and exciting thing about this. But it's really simple. So did I cover it better there? Did the Q&A slow down?
Q&A slowed down. So I think
All right. Sometimes, I've been told this before, that repetition is a principle of learning, and sometimes you got to repeat so that everybody can catch it the second time. So I'm all for it. I'm a repeat guy. So, all right, with that, we're going to go on to the next slide, and we're going to talk about the bonus plan, which is the reason why everybody's on the call today. Participation in the Conectiv bonus plan is completely optional. You do not need to be a distributor to purchase the ConeqtX services. We have most of our members are actually users of the product and not distributors. That's a very important thing for you guys to be aware. Earning through the bonus plan requires time, consistency, hard work. This is not a get rich quick thing, and individual results will vary. So, Christian, with that, let me take that slide off. Let me bring to the stage, the virtual stage, Mr. Christian Crabtree, Senior Director of Sales, Guys, I'm going to tell you this before he comes on. I have literally been watching this guy over the last 3 months as he has been working on this compensation plan. This was an idea actually, that we've had for, more than a year was these changes and this enhancement to the comp plan. But it took a couple of just different, moving parts and catalysts to where we got to a point where we said, all right, this is the time to do it. And Christian has been working on this thing. And what's cool about this is basically his little baby that he has created. He's looked at all the different competitors out there. He's looked at all the different data. He's run the models. And what he's done that's most important is he's created a comp plan that I believe is better than anything out there. But more importantly, it's sustainable. It's actually, it's something that can pass the test of time. And it actually addresses some of the real challenges with a lot of the comp plans that are out there. So with that, Christian, I'm going to kick it to you.
All right, guys. Wait, take this off for a second because I want them to listen. Go back a slide. Okay. So I want everyone to stop typing in the Q&A. Okay. This is probably one of the biggest changes that we've made in almost the entire time that I've been with the company. And the reason I say that is because this isn't a minor change. Many of you that have been here, you've remembered that we introduced pro status. You remember that we introduced elite status. The reason that we were doing things like that is to be competitive. And we have looked and looked and looked. And one of my favorite things to do is a competitive analysis. I love to get in there, see what other companies are offering, see what startups are doing, see what companies that have failed were doing, and try and learn from what is out there. And so as I really dove into what it is that we have, there are some key differences in what we currently have and where we are going. The first one that I'll start off with is this plan that we're about to launch. When I put it to the test against our current plan, it pays more people. Now, why is that important? Our current plan is fantastic. It rewards certain things, certain behaviors that we absolutely love. If you remember the X6 and the X12, of course you do because many of you have hit it. That rewards behaviors like enrollments and bringing new people to the business. However, that's a larger bonus, which means it eats up some of the percentage that we can actually pay out to people. What we truly want to do with this company is impact as many people as possible. And that means having a bonus plan that has a very strong front end and a very easy way to explain it. Because the more people that we have out there making even a little bit of money creates massive story, which inherently turns into massive growth. So for us, that is what we started with. We started looking at how can we pay the most amount of people possible and still attract leaders who use this as a massive way to grow organizations. And so that's kind of where we went. The second thing that we did when we were looking at this is how do we make this easy for a napkin or an elevator pitch, right? I was joking at the event and I told people, I said, raise your hand if you can explain the bonus plan without slides, get everything right, and do it in 5 minutes. Because I knew nobody could do it. Even I, who trained on it over and over and over, I couldn't do it. There's no way. This plan is different. You absolutely can within 5 minutes. So with that, I want you to go ahead and show the slide, Chad. One of the biggest flaws that I feel like our current plan has, and when I say current, I mean that ends tonight at midnight, because we're going to launch this tomorrow, is when you show somebody the bonus table. What's the first thing that most people do on the bonus table? They look at the rank and they slide over and they say, how much do I get paid? Well, in our current plan, there's variables. There's left leg, right leg, weak leg, qualified volume. There's all of that that gets jumbled up in your head, right? Not with this plan. This plan, you can say, if you do this, this is what you get paid. Plain and simple. It makes it so easy. So let me go through step by step what this chart actually is, and you guys will all have a copy of this so you can run through, look at your analysis, figure out how to set up teams and create your organizations. I know there's many teams that are super excited for this. So what we'll do, obviously left side is rank name. I won't spend any time on that. Second column is what you must have on your left and right leg. So let's start at the executive consultant which is 1,500 and 1,500. I'm going to use this level as an example. That means you must have 1,500 volume on your left leg and 1,500 volume on your right leg. Now, one important thing to note with this plan, spillover counts for a portion of your rank. Let me repeat that. Spillover counts for a portion of your rank. So some of you might say, well, what is spillover? That's the volume from your upline. So if I have an organization and I have a left leg and a right leg, and maybe my right leg is strong and I've been building it, and I have people that are being placed under me right now in our current plan, that doesn't count for rank advancement. It counts for pay, but it does not count for rank advancement. So with this plan, that means that of the 1,500 and the 1,500, 50% of that, so 1,500 of that can come from spillover. So again, I'm just going to use Anthony. Most of you know Anthony from Crypto Talk and Stock Talk. Let's say Anthony's above me. Anthony places 1,500 down my left leg. That qualifies me for my left leg. Now I need to do 1,500 in my enrollment lines on my right leg. So 1,500, 1,500. What does that mean? Let's go 2 columns over. That means my weekly pay is $250, $1,000 a month. And all I have to have personally is 2 left and 2 right on 100 volume auto ship. That's it, plain and simple. So again, why did we do this? Well, I'll tell you why. Let's go one level up. There's nobody in the game that has a 6 and 6, a 600 left, 600 right. And the reason I say 6 and 6 is because if you have 6 auto ships of 100 volume, that's 6 on your left, 6 on your right. So again, Anthony places 6 down my side. I've got to go out and I've got to get 6 on my other side. 600 volume. What's that get me? $600 a month. There's nothing out there. I can guarantee it. I've looked at all the bonus plans that compete with this one. It's not out there. So what's the downfall of this plan? This was when I was talking to different leaders, they said, well, there's one issue with doing a plan like that. And that's when you get to the higher ranks. In order to get to the next level, you have to do a lot of volume. And so let me point out the regional marketing director rank. That's 10,000 and 10,000. If I were at that rank in another company, I'd be making 3,700 is what this plan pays. And then the next rank is 9,000. But guess what? To get to that next rank, I have to go to 50,000 volume. So instead of 20,000, I have to go to 50. That's more than double my organization. In other plans, there is no payment in between levels. You're stuck. So I could be doing 20,000. I could be doing 30,000. I could be doing 40,000. And the plan would still pay me at that rank 3,700, period. That's breakage. The company makes that. The private owners make that. I said, well, that's not a great plan. That's not exciting. That doesn't get people excited to get to that next level. So we created what's called the override bonus. That's on the far right there. So what's the override bonus? The override bonus simply states that in between levels, you can get paid on any of your enrollment volume that is not being used to rank you up. So Chad, why don't you take me to that slide real quick? Go ahead and skip to it. I know we'll come back to those. Go one more for me. All right, so here's the example of the override bonus. So the reason we have this written out is because it is a little bit tricky to understand, but someone that's at that rank is going to understand it pretty clear. So as a regional marketing director, this person, John, has 11,000 spillover on one of their sides. Okay, so we'll call it the left side. So on the other side, John has 17,000, and that 17,000 is enrollment line volume. So to hit the rank, you need to use 11,000 and 17,000 and come up with 20,000. So the system uses the 10,000 volume that John has on the spillover volume on his right leg, and it uses the 17,000 volume to grab 10,000 volume out of there. So in order to hit that rank, we've used up the 20,000, but there's 7,000 enrollment line volume left over. That override bonus is 5% at that rank. which is an additional $350 bonus. So that gets added to your pay weekly. It's split out over 4 weeks and paid with your weekly bonus, which for that rank is 925. The crazy part about this is if you take this and you put it next to another plan, someone who is doing that same volume doesn't get this bonus, doesn't get this boost, and has to essentially double and then some their volume in order to get to that next rank. So this is a very unique thing that leaders and organizations will absolutely understand as a game changer. All right, Chad, so you can go back to some of those other ones. So guys, really when it comes down to it, there's three ways to be paid, and that's why it's so simple. You have what I would bucket into the referral bonus and the renewal bonus, which is on the screen here, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So referral bonus and renewal bonus, that stays the same as far as how technically it works, right? You get referral bonus, so people are, when you sign someone up in the organization, you're going to get a bonus for that. And when they renew monthly, you're going to get a bonus for that. And we'll talk about those here. Second is the bonus that we just talked about, which is your weekly bonus, right? So you qualify for a rank, you get paid a weekly bonus. And your third would be the override bonus. And that's at your leadership ranks, which start at 20,000 or regional marketing director. So you're going to say, okay, well, how do these new plans actually fit in here? That's what's on the screen. So you've got core membership and core renewal, pro membership, pro renewal, super easy to understand. You have a level 1 and now introducing a level 2 bonus on referral bonuses. So that means that if I enroll somebody on a core membership, I receive $40. But in the example I just gave earlier, Anthony was my upline. Anthony has the ability to earn a $10 bonus on that referral that I made as my enroller. Now, there is one caveat to this. In order to receive the level 2 bonus, you do have to have 2 enrollments. That's it, 2 enrollments. So on your first one, obviously, you're going to enroll somebody. That means the second person that you enroll, then you have the ability to earn level 2 bonuses on any more of your personal enrollments. All right, pro membership. So pro membership is double that. Plain and simple, 80 and 20. You'll see the volume on both of these. They sit at 100 and 200. So those are the volume numbers. Again, those do count towards your volume requirements in the bonus plan. And then the renewals are the same on both of these, 179 with a $10 renewal and a 100 volume. We're calling it CV or commissionable volume for the bonus plan. Okay, let's go ahead to that next one. Now, this one, it is listed on our bonus table, but the ConeqtX membership credit does work the same. So you must have someone on a 179. You must have 4 people on a 179. They can be anywhere in your organization, and that will qualify you for a credit that comes weekly. And those 4 credits, they're paid out every week. Will cover the 179. And so that's listed on the bonus table. That's actually considered the first rank, and that is where you receive your membership credit. This is not applicable to the core emerging, so the 99 pack that has been paying 99. It does not apply to those packs. Let's go ahead to the next one, unless you see any questions that have popped in. We've already got the override bonus. All right. Let's see if there's any questions. I did see a couple that came in here. Okay. Yeah, so we'll go through some of those as well. All right. So obviously, guys, with this plan, we know a lot of you are super excited about it. You're wanting to get out there and talk about it. Talking about it is great. Getting together with people, totally fine. But just like always, when it comes to the marketing of not only our products, but also the bonus plan, of course, sharing what you're making is not allowed. Whether that's in the profits of any of the trading and education that you've followed and you've earned, or the earned commissions bonus. So we want to make sure that that's very clear. This is to help protect you and to protect us. Unfortunately, many of the regulators, although we're being excited and talking about what we've made, that is something that is considered enticement and things that we need to stay away from. So when talking about this bonus plan, set proper expectations. Let them know that things like the bonus plan are optional, and we want to be as transparent and compliant as possible. All right. So now what does that actually mean for those of you that are actually selling products? You say, well, I'm actually doing MyLife Wellness and I'm sharing the wellness side of the business. How does this actually apply to me? And we have the health and wellness products, we have the skincare products. It actually fits pretty much just the same. So let's take a look at how that's actually going to fit in. Bonus table, guess what? It's actually the same. The only thing that I would point out that is a little bit different is to earn that first rank of consultant. You do have to have 400 volume with 4 members instead of a total of 4 members. And that's because we do have different price points and packs, as you'll see here in just a second. I'll share those briefly. But that is the only difference on here. Because this plan is volume based, it actually works with both products. So digital side and the physical side, meaning skincare and the product line, the health and wellness product line. So which is fantastic. So let's take a quick peek. Again, we announced these on Saturday at the event. We have our supplement pricing and compensation overview here. This shows the products or the bundles on the left-hand side, our pricing with the referral bonus and the volume that's attached to it. And then on the right side in the darker color, you'll see that there is the subscribe and save and what the renewal bonus and the CV is attached to those. And we'll go ahead and show the other products as well. So this is the skincare side of things. And on skincare, you're also looking at the same thing, products and bundles, member pricing with the referral bonus and volume with the subscribe and save and referral bonus and CV on that. Again, all of these are applicable. If you are someone who does, let's say, digital, and you have members that are purchasing these products in your organization, these absolutely do still fall in line with the bonus plan. They work together. So you can have a mix of people in your organization. Several organizations already do have this. And as mentioned, we have already set these in motion. People are purchasing. The Alive, of course, is still being shipped out with the volume, and everything is flowing into the organization. And yeah, we're getting ready to get everything else shipped out in the middle of the month. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much everything still flows the same. These are slides that you're going to be able to see in your back office. We'll get these to you as quickly as possible. And again, remember, these are coming, probably one after the other. You're going to see a lot of changes in the next probably 1 to 2 weeks as we go everything ConeqtX, MyLife Wellness, the adjustments to the bonus plan. The one last thing that I will say on the bonus plan is we are currently in a week. It ends tonight at midnight. This will be paid on the old bonus plan, and that will be paid out in 2 weeks from tomorrow. Once that is final, then the following paycheck, following payday, will be on this new bonus plan. So tomorrow, we start the new bonus plan. Well, guess what? This goes on a rolling 4 weeks, which means the system's going to look back the last 28 days. So don't worry. Every sale that you've made, everything that you've done in the last 28 days is going to count towards you and your qualification for the next period. So we are going to make sure that everyone is aware. I know there's going to be a lot of questions. Please get with your leaders. We have a lot to discuss. I know there's going to be a lot of questions, and that's to be expected. But this is an exciting change, a shift that it's been a while in the making, but we are super excited to have it and have it ready to go. So without further ado, Chad, do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I'll just piggyback off what you said. Again, patience is going to be something we're going to ask for these next, call it 24 to 48 hours while everything is getting transitioned and people are being, mapped to the proper, SKU level or level membership wise in the back office. Yeah, and what Christian said there, really important. All of the work, because I several questions about, well, what if I sold a pro membership 3 weeks ago. Well, that's going to be part of the rolling 4 weeks, so that's all going to count. One important note is that there is on the digital side on the ConeqtX platform, everything runs off a 28-day schedule. So every 28 days, the memberships work that way, and so does the compensation structure because everything is on a weekly basis, right? So you have these 4 week cycles or 28 days. So that's one of the adjustments. The referral link, so that's going to be really important. The referral link, we didn't want to do all the work twice, so I'm going to just tell you guys right now, everything is going to be ConeqtX when it comes to how you're going to go out there and sell this, and on the decks and everything's going to be showing ConeqtX, even though the ConeqtX software is not going to be live for another, like I said, probably up to 2 weeks. We're working really hard to accelerate that timeline. But again, the access level, all the information, all the content is all the same. Nobody's losing anything that they would be selling before. So that referral link is going to be in your back office later today. It'll take them to a replicated page for ConeqtX, kind of give a high level of what's happening with ConeqtX. So, see the new, or see in your back office, you'll see that new referral link. Yeah, a couple other questions that we didn't get to. You guys blew up the Q&A like a congratulations. You guys broke the record, most Q&A ever done on a webinar today. So congratulations to the team. We will keep going through those and trying to reach out to everybody to get some of those questions answered. Most of them I think we did answer, but for a couple of them we didn't. We'll make sure we follow up and get you the information. But yeah, really appreciate everybody's patience as we go through this. We're fired up. Again, at the heart of everything, we want to simplify things. We want to be competitive with what's out there, and we want to grow this business and have you guys be a part of some massive growth. So we're excited for the future, guys, and looking forward to the next several years of working with you. So take care.